Hey everybody, welcome back to another Schmidt Discourse video. In this video, I'm just going to discuss an idea that I've had very recently, which is that exercise, just in itself, would be a really good way to improve our society. And this video is just going to talk about that. So in order to understand why exercise on an individual level betters society, one must have a comprehension of how the betterment of a single individual could affect the quality of a larger group. The best way to think about this is with a metaphor using a soccer team. Imagine a soccer team where every player is at the same level of development. They are in every metric equally good players, meaning that even though there are individual differences between all the players, such as height or expertise in a particular skill, at the end of the day, they're all ranked the same. Now, think about one player on that team, we'll call him Jim, who decides that he wishes to improve his game. He stays at the field after practice, works out at home, and improves his diet. As a result, he becomes faster, stronger, and healthier, which results in him becoming a better player. Now, imagine being one of Jim's teammates. When you see him doing better, you are encouraged to improve yourself too. You follow what he does, and you also improve. By this time, all your teammates realize what you're doing and follow, doing everything they can to make themselves better players. Before you know it, your team is winning more and more games, and you soon win your league because you all individually got better. The team improved, and you do much better than you could have ever imagined. This lesson is pretty simple, but it's very powerful. It posits that if we as individuals improve, the people or society around us will improve too, as a result of multiple different things. It will be known from here on out as the improvement principle. I'm now going to talk about some of the specific ways in which exercise can do this for our society. And I want to preface this by saying that there's no solution to every problem we have. But I want these ideas to serve as hope that we, the people, kind of control the society that we live in, and that if we take individual actions, we can affect society as a whole. It's kind of just a very powerful message. Before explaining specific ways in which exercise improves one's life, I want to just agree on a couple of general truths regarding exercise. The truths are thus: regular exercise improves muscle mass to fat ratio in the body, decreases unhealthy weight if one is obese, or increases weight if one is underdeveloped. The first positive effect of regular exercise is increased sexual attractiveness. For men, important metrics include a sharper, more defined jawline, broader shoulders, thicker biceps, increased athleticism, more defined muscles generally, and better presence within a room. For women, the important metrics include a more toned and defined figure, and a better face shape. It is important to note, however, that due to natural biology, women, unlike men, do not all look the same at a healthy weight. The results of increased sexual attractiveness are clear. You are treated better by those around you, you have a greater number of possible mates, and an increased self esteem. Those positive effects make you markedly happier within your life and apply no matter who you are. It plays into the improvement principle. You're better off, and society improves as a result. Another positive effect of exercise is better health, which is oftentimes cited as the reason people lose weight or get in shape. Somebody who works out regularly experiences heightened brain function, including a greater ability to concentrate, better memory, and superior problem solving skills. You could think for a longer period of time with more vitality, and your brain is literally healthier as an organ. These cognitive effects also play into the long term and can help those who are young keep a healthy brain as they get older. Two, there is a multiplicity of ways in which your body improves as a result of exercise. Firstly, you are better prepared for daily tasks, being strong and fit. You can lift, place down, move around, and generally function easier. Your immune system benefits from physical activity, and if you maintain a regime into advanced age, you can retain your muscle mass. Your body is also significantly less broken when you work out, and you get sick less and have better mental health. One other interesting outside effect of a more fit body is increased preparedness for survival situations. Many people forget to consider the dangers of being mildly physically handicapped in a dangerous situation. If you don't work out, your body is more susceptible to injury as a result of falls or mild regular activity. One of the examples I'd kind of want to mention outside of the script is one of a zombie apocalypse. And obviously, this is very removed from anything we might experience, but there are definitely situations, for example, in which you might need to run away from something. Maybe um, your house is just caught on fire and you've got to run away. And not being like fully physically healthy for that, that's really going to hinder you. Um, I'd also like to, let's see, note bone density, right? Your bone density, that's going to remain into old age as you're exercising, and balance is also going to kind of maintain itself. You're going to keep the majority of your balance. All of these cognitive and physical effects improve your viability and usefulness to yourself and other people, which again circles back to the idea of the improvement principle, right? Imagine every single person in society is more fit. Every single person's efficiency in doing daily tasks is slightly increased. And when you count that for everybody, it actually improves the society as a whole, right? Because all of those individual effects kind of stack up and add upon each other. Uh, I want to talk about some realms of achievement which I haven't covered yet, which are the result of a healthy body. When you achieve, you feel good about yourself, and you have another experience in your belt. There are small achievements like getting to a goal weight or running a 5K. But there can also be larger or life changing achievements, like biking a century or running a marathon. When you achieve, you feel better about yourself. Two, if everybody is achieving regularly, society gains an ideal of moving forward and pushing yourself to the limit. People can also relate to and respect what others have achieved, which sets a precedent of respect and mutual challenge, bringing people together. Because of all of this, not only do you improve yourself, but society as a whole improves. Again, I just want to really emphasize that fact that with all of this stuff, it's all focused on yourself initially, right? It's all kind of this individual action that you take yourself, just exercising. But when you think about it in terms of kind of the stacked effect, like I've said, it really does have an impact. Mental strength does increase as you exercise, right? When you go through tough workout or you summit a difficult achievement, your mental strength increases to deal with those new challenges. Your brain adapts. This means you can resist harder and harder things and might effectively be able to deal with and tackle the challenges of life easier. As this process occurs, society improves, again, because it collectively becomes mentally stronger. Community building through fitness is a fun way to work out and socialize with others. Perhaps you go to a local park run, attend a fitness class, or play a sport with a group of friends. These teams, clubs, and classes help to establish and build friendships, especially as one leaves school and friends become much more difficult to find. They also allow your children to socialize better, and frequent meetings with those outside your family works as another social mechanism. Once again, I know it's getting exhausting, but you guessed it, society improves. And I want to just note something I've heard recently. I think it's from Brett Cooper, is who I heard it from, but she essentially noted that, hey, one really good way for young men and young women to meet, especially for things like dates, like meet in kind of a good environment for that, if you're trying to find quality people, is to meet at a running or exercise club, a CrossFit group, or some sort of run club, I think is the specific thing that she mentioned. But it is a good way to meet people of your age, young people who are also involved with fitness. Now, the last positive result of activity that I want to talk about is that it helps you to improve in other areas of your life. When you notice how working hard on your body has a positive effect, you see your actions have tangible effects upon the quality of your life. It's encouraging because it proves that you as an individual actor can affect change upon your life and bring you face to face with that change, making it seem real. It's very tangible. It's something you can literally see in the mirror. You can touch, because it's your body. You can touch that change. You can notice, how maybe your muscles have firmed up a bit, or you could see your abs a bit more, things like that. And it's translatable to other realms, whether that's work, family, some other hobby or skill. It's just that idea that your individual action has a positive effect on the quality of your life. But there's also another question that I want to pose, which is how we accomplish this, right? It's really easy for me to talk about benefits. Anybody could talk about the benefits of exercise. They're very well known. But a solution is necessary if this video is going to have any effect. And I want to detail my idea of what should be done. It might not be perfect. I'm not a physical trainer. I'm just a guy who enjoys exercise, but I am going to give it my best shot. In my opinion, the first thing we have to do is repair the culture of physical activity. This is not to say that it's a bad culture, but I think that there's a certain amount that must be kind of revamped. Of course, people who aren't engaged in activity don't need to be convinced. But many people who don't exercise have a negative conception of what exercise is, what it should be, and how to engage in it. They're often fearful of judgment or shaming from those around them, even if none would occur. Alternatively, a negative experience with activity as a younger person might have turned them off to doing anything. To solve this problem, we have to foster a community of uplift and helpfulness, and not shame. When trying to convince others to exercise, don't insult or demean them. Introduce them to something fun or exciting. If they join you, go at their pace. And remember that in that case, it's something, it's really about them, and it's not about you. Help them if they have trouble, and congratulate them when they're finished. Not so much as to seem like an ass, but congratulate them. Say, that was a tough workout. I'm glad you've joined me on that. Something like that, right? Also, don't expect them to make progress like you do. Instead, understand they got to find their own joy in activity or in another activity and must come to realize the benefits as they occur. And if you see someone who doesn't necessarily fit into whatever you're doing, introduce them, be friendly, right? Treat them how you would want to be treated if you were a beginner at whatever you were doing. Another thing we can do to normalize daily exercise in the culture is to exert societal pressure on those who don't exercise. This does not mean being an ass to people who don't exercise, but instead talking about workouts and conversation, or just making what you do more public, posting it on social media, things like that. As always, remember that it's not supposed to be a stressful pressure, but instead a positive one. It could be compared to the phenomenon where a child who refuses to try a food will taste it if everyone else is eating it and talking about how good it is. I, again, can't stress enough, though, that there should be no posturing or achievement games along the line of, I do this much, or I do this, so I'm much better than you, haha, right? If we really want to effectuate change, we got to be smart about it. The third helpful strategy is to get together with friends, family, or a local group and do a workout or play a game that takes some physical effort. If you already exercise, find a friend who wants to try working out and invite them to the next group meeting. Alternatively, ask them if they want to join you for a session in the gym or an outdoor activity. If they have a positive and fun introduction to working out with somebody they're already familiar with, it becomes a lot easier to start. And if you're not already working out, ask your friends and family who do if you can join them the next time. When you make activity a positive part of your schedule, it becomes something you look forward to, rather than something you dread. The last way in which we can make exercise more ubiquitous is to educate people about the many benefits of exercise. If people know why it's so good and why avoiding it could be so poor, there's greater personal incentive to engage in physical activity. The most important part of this video, though, is an understanding that action must be taken. If nobody takes action, no change will occur. So, viewer, I have a message directly to you, the one sitting behind the screen right now. Put this video into practice by following its advice and making progress. If even just one person does this, it will markedly improve our society in a small way. If you need help or clarification about anything in the video, reach out through my email or send me a message on Twitter. Thanks for watching.